He is one Italian plumber that has the duty to save Princess.
It's me, Mario!
Their Mario franchise contain over 200 games and sold over 776 million copies, making it the best-selling franchise video game of all time. Thankfully, there is a sub-series of Mario that's only the 5th best-selling video game of all time, so...
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come!
These is the evolution of Super Mario. Nintendo's poster boy debut as the player character in the arcade Donkey Kong, also known as DK for short, back in 1981. He originally went from Jumpman or Mr. Video, and his design was based on the popular cartoon character Popeye. In fact, Mr. Video creator Shigeru Miyamoto intended for Popeye to take the lead role, but he was unable to obtain the licensing rights. So, Miyamoto swapped the sailor for a plumber. Fully prepared for the backup character to unpopular and to only be used for cameo roles in the future. How wrong he was. Jumpman started to gain more of a personality when Donkey Kong was shipped to United States. It just so happened that the angry landlord of Seattle warehouse where the game's being held went by the name Mario. After he got into an argument with the president of Nintendo, Minoru Arakawa, about paying rent, Miyamoto learned of the incident and thought Mario had a nice ring to it and that would be suitable for his protagonist. Miyamoto began to conceive of a game involving Mario and his brother Luigi. In 1983, an arcade game called Mario Brothers was released. It featured the two Italian plumber exterminating creatures that emerged pipes by flipping them upside down and kicking them away. While not part of the Super Mario series, it introduced the character Luigi. Amazing fact: Miyamoto came up with the name Luigi for the second player after researching the second most popular Italian name. He also liked the fact that Luigi happens to mean similar when translated phonetically in Japanese. It was not until 1985 that Super Mario Bros. Hit the arcade market and home video game consoles. Set in the Mushroom Kingdom, which has fallen into ruins thanks to the Koopa tribe, Mario hears of the plight of the Mushroom people. The princess, Princess Toadstool, is the only one who can return the kingdom to its former glory, but she'd been kidnapped by the Great Koopa Turtle King known as Bowser.
Open the gates!
So, as Mario, you must set out on a quest to free the princess, defeat the Koopa and save the Mushroom Kingdom. Princess Toadstool, by the way, is also Princess Peach. Interestingly, she was always known as Princess Peach in Japan, but was introduced as Princess Toadstool in America. The name was eventually combined so that her full name is now officially Princess Peach Toadstool, but most people refers to her as Princess Peach. Similarly, Bowser was only known as Koopa in Japan to begin with, but the English name stuck, and the antagonist official name is King Bowser Koopa. In additionally to Peach and Bowser, the side-scrolling 2D platform game introduced Goombas and Koopa Troopas, as well as key gameplay elements such as the 3 power-ups. The Super Mushroom increase Mario's size and provides an extra hit point. The Fire Flower allows the player to throw fireballs as weapons. And the Superstars grant Mario temporary invincible. It's from the Super Mushroom specifically that Mario Brothers get its title, as the development team chose it after adding that to the game. The goal of Super Mario Bros. Is to reach the end of each levels, defeating enemies and collecting power-ups along the way, then take down Bowser's flag that risen above the castle. Super Mario Bros. Was a huge success for Nintendo, both critically and commercially. The title was instrumental in boosting sales of the NES in America and Famicom in Japan. Having been re-released on multiple platforms in the decades since its release, it is the sixth best-selling game of all time, with over 58 million copies sold. Mostly, however, it's recognizable as the game that spawned a franchise that has lasted over 35 years and continues to entertain gamers around the world today. Amazing fact. Did you know that Mario was originally going to be a carpenter? However, after a colleague suggested to Miyamoto that Mario most closely resembled a plumber, it changed profession and developed Mario Brothers, featuring Mario in sewers of New York City.
Thank you, Super Mario Bros. It seems like the only thing you haven't drained is my bank account.
In 1986, a Japanese exclusive was released known as the Super Mario Bros. 2. That was until 2007 when it became a downloadable title called the Super Mario Bros. The Lost Level for the Wii, Nintendo 3DS, and Wii U. The game was considered by Nintendo of America to be too hard for American audience and too similar to the original title. Essentially, the story is exactly the same, with Princess Toad's tool kidnapped by Bowser. A fantasy world can be unlocked if the game is completed without warping. In this ninth world, the player has only one life, and the 4-level repeat until that life is lost. There are also secret world lettered from World A to World D, which can be accessed by completing level 4 on the World A a total of 8 times. For gamers outside of Japan, Super Mario Bros. 2, a completely different game, became available to play on the NES in 1988. It was later released under the title of Super Mario USA in Japan in 1992. This follow-up title was greatly different from the original Super Mario Bros., which caused it to come in criticism by some fans. The game's plot centers around strange dreams which Mario has involving the people of Subcon, aka the Lands of Dreams. Player can choose from one of the 4-player characters this time around: Mario, Luigi, Toad, or Princess Toadstool. Each character has different statistics when it comes to their speed, power, and jumping abilities. Amazing fact. Nintendo were in a rush to create a Super Mario Bros. Sequel for an international audience, so they took an existing game called Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic and replaced all the playable characters with Mario characters, and labeled it Super Mario 2 with a few minor changes. In 1990, Super Mario Bros. 3 was released for the NES, returning to a more familiar setting. The game takes place in the Mushroom Kingdom, where Bowser has returned and sends 7 of his children known as Koopaling to conquer the 7 kingdoms. Capturing each king's turn them back to animals. Princess Toadstools instructs Mario and Luigi to travel to each kingdom, but their mission only serves as a distraction for Bowser to once again kidnap the princess. It was one of the best game of NES, as one referring to it as the Mona Lisa of gaming, and sold over 24.4 million copies. After a successful trilogy of games on the NES, Super Mario was ready to enter a new land in 1989, and then a whole new world the year after. Make sure to subscribe for part 2 and for more evolution videos.